truly one of my favorite humans on the planet. I just smile when I see JJ McCarthy. How you doing, JJ? How you doing, bud?
Woo. I'm doing fantastic, Rich. It's always an honor and privilege to be on. TJ, Chris, Jay, it's an honor to talk to you as well.
Hey, what's up, JJ? Good to see you, man.
How you been, bro?
How's life?
He's too nice. It's definitely not an honor to talk to these
Why not?
guys.
You know, when we met JJ in Detroit, he won us over, and me and Brotman, we already like JJ, and now we like them even more now. So that's our guy too.
And we have beads on. Like, come on.
Yeah. It's too premature beads. You never want to do that. It's too early. We're not in New Orleans yet. But it's good to see you. How you feeling? How's it going? You good?
I'm feeling fantastic, Rich. You know, couldn't be in a better spot, honestly, mentally, physically, spiritually. And we're just continuing to stack days at this point. And, you know, with around 67 days till OTAs, you know, we got a lot of time, but not a lot of time to waste. So we're enjoying it, though.
Yeah, but who's counting, right? But I'm hearing you're ahead of schedule. Is that a fair way to term it? You're ahead of schedule?
That's very fair.
Okay. Ahead of schedule.
I like that.
What has the last year been like for you, bud? What's it been like for you?
That's a great question, Rich. You know, for me, it's been really hard. Like, if I'm going to be straight up, and you know, going from 15-0 national champion to your season ending, and you know, being a part of, but somewhat not a part of being on IR, that beautiful season that Minnesota had last year and that we had, and just being able to really witness and experience what it was like to be a successful team in the NFL, and also see some ways that we could always improve. And, you know, for that, it was an invaluable experience and ultimately a blessing. It really wasn't a blessing in disguise the more I look back on this past year. But, you know, the hardest part was seeing all my brothers go out there every single Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and, you know, not be able to put up the armor with them. So,
but you know, you definitely. I was told you were around the team. You were traveling with the team pretty much since like week 7, week 8, right? And you were in the quarterback's room. You were there. You were part of the preps, correct, JJ?
I was definitely a part of a lot of the preps, and just being able to sit in on those Saturday QB meetings. You know, something that I really pinpoint is those meetings specifically is just KO talking about the offense, talking about the game plan for that week, what he likes, what he doesn't like, and most importantly, the why behind it. Because, you know, you don't get a lot of time with your head coach. You know, we've had great, you know, weekly hour-long meetings, but a lot of that's just on, you know, life and just getting to know each other and, you know, grow that chemistry that a quarterback and a head coach, especially play caller, needs. So, yeah, it was just awesome to be able to, you know, kind of pick Sam's brain, pick Nick's brain, Brett, Daniel, just be able to see like why they do the things that they do, and, you know, hopefully add it to my repertoire if, you know, it resonates with me.
Yeah, I think, Brett, you're referring to Rippon. He was in the room there, right? And Daniel Jones got there, you know, late in the year. Nick Mullins, big Nick Mullins, and then there's Sam Darnold. What did you pick up, JJ McCarthy, throughout the season that in retrospect might have been more difficult to pick up if you were actually playing? And, you know, obviously there's nothing beats the, you know, experience of live action and reps and being the guy. But what were you able to glean watching that you think, now that you look back, might have been a little bit more, you know, complex to pick up if you were trying to do everything else?
For sure. It was, you know, in the moment of stillness that is an injury as an athlete, you know, there's a lot of ways you could capitalize on that time. And for me, it was all the busy work. Let me put in as much effort as possible on the front end. So by the time I'm playing next year, that week-to-week workload isn't as much in terms of, you know, every single player we played, scouting report on their character traits, athletic traits, background, all that, defensive coordinator reports every single week. And, you know, I did the, you know, 17, 18 games that we had of those teams, but this offseason's big on just getting the rest of the teams. So it was a lot of that busy work that kind of, you know, I could anticipate rookie quarterbacks would go through playing, you know, not having that foundational knowledge on the team, on the players. I wanted to make sure that I had a well-rounded approach going into each week and a well-rounded understanding of what I was going to get.
JJ McCarthy, courtesy of Sleep Number here on the Rich Eisen Show. What were you picking Sam Darnold's brain about? Like, give me some examples.
Mostly just how he handles success. You know, for me, it was more the observation of it and just witnessing how he was the same guy every single day. He had this beautiful ability to really not care too much and not care too little. And that was something that, I battle with because I care so much. And then I find myself in times when it doesn't really go your way, which is inevitable. And you kind of get down on yourself and that critic gets a little louder. But he had a great ability to just keep the main thing, and just, focus on attacking each day. And he played really well this year. So it was really awesome to witness that.
I would have taken the under of 5 minutes into the conversation, hearing my first Jim Harbaughism from you. I just heard it. I heard the attack each day, JJ. I heard that.
With an enthusiasm unknown to mankind.
I heard it. I would have taken the under. It took you 5 minutes to drop one of those.
Yeah,
that's the Michigan man. I picked it up. I heard that. But, it is neat to see that from him, because his journey, right? I mean, his journey, being drafted as high as he was, and then go through as many teams as the number of the, of the draft pick he was taking, 3. And then showing up here and then making the most of an opportunity that he really didn't know he was going to have for sure, until obviously what happened to you. And I'm wondering what, seeing it get a front row seat for you, that was something you picked up. It's pretty cool to hear that.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Everyone
has their own individual quarterback journey, and to be a part of his at the time is a complete blessing, and a lot of experiences, lessons that I'm going to carry with me throughout the rest of my career.
JJ McCarthy here on the Rich Eisen Show. What has Kevin O'Connell told you about what's to come and your opportunity? What has been communicated to you, JJ?
With Coach O'Connell, he's one of the most genuine guys I know, and our conversations have just been nothing about the greatest thing for the Minnesota Vikings. At the end of the day, there's a lot of things that are certainly above my pay grade and some things above his pay grade. And, he's the one that has the pen last on the field, and that's about all I know. So just being able to just be in the moment with him every time I get the chance to interact with him and really pick his brain, because, those are a lot of moments that I can miss up thinking about the future, thinking about the uncertainties that, I can't do anything about. So it's really just optimizing each moment and each time I have with that great mind of the game, but most importantly, a great freaking human being.
Yeah, and obviously you can't control what happens in free agency, right? So you're just going to have to sit back and learn, like everybody else, what the plans are for Sam Darnold internally and what he might do externally. That's basically it for you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm just going to control what I can control and attack each day with enthusiasm unto mankind.
There we go. Who's got it better than you, right? Okay. But how does that sit with you? You know what I mean? Obviously, you're a quarterback. You're a competitor. You're a control freak. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the position you're in right now. How does that all sit with you, JJ?
It's just all I could ask for is a fair opportunity. That's the one thing that, I feel like everybody's given, and it's fundamental. And, when money gets involved, things get complicated, and, reps get skewed, and there's different things that come into the whole, political world that everyone talks about. But, I really just have to focus on controlling what I can control. My feelings don't matter. Like, I'm not getting any grace. There's no sympathy. Like, this is the big leagues. And just being able to, approach it with just steadfast, narrow, tunnel vision on just the task at hand, which is that workout that day, that film study, that extra, little thing I'm going to do for my fiance that day, and just really just staying in the moment, because, that gives me the most peace of mind through all this.
And of course, it helps to have a good night's rest, right, JJ McCarthy?
Yes, sir.
See, I just led you to.
That's why you're the GOAT, Rich. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she just led you to it.
The sleep number, just being able to, like, the most important thing for me is with my ADHD, I'm very unorganized throughout my day. And I have to just like really maintain a strict schedule and have these nightly debriefs, what I do at each day, like what was my workout. But most importantly, I start that day with my sleep number score and just like all the little intricacies with breath rate, HRV, and just really have that, step back perspective on my well-being. And sleep number providing that data is just unbelievable. Wearing the Whoop, wearing Oura rings, wearing Apple watches, it gets very uncomfortable for me at night when I'm sleeping, so they just make it easy on me.
So
and the 86% of the guys on our team. So.
That's right. 86% of Vikings players have a Sleep Number smart bed, the official sleep and wellness partner of the National Football League. So how does it help you with your ADHD? Because I'd imagine being a quarterback and having any attention deficit would be an issue. JJ?
Oh, well, I feel like ADHD has gotten a bad rap.
Okay.
I feel like, there's a lot of different things coming out in the medical world that I have no right to speak on, but a lot of people could do the information or the research for themselves and realize that it is somewhat of a superpower. And you look at hyper focus and all the benefits of that. When you actually love something, you're actually passionate about it, you lock in so much more intensely. And the downside of ADHD is obviously the attention deficit and just being able to just concentrate on going to the fridge, getting a water. That's it. Nothing else. You don't have to go finish that. You don't have to go start that. You don't have to remind to call him back. Just do that. And what the Sleep Number does is it kind of starts my day with that mindset of, okay, one thing at a time, just like I'm going to be one play at a time on the field. And that's the most benefit I've been getting out of the Sleep Number, other than the high quality sleep that it provides.
JJ McCarthy here on the Rich Eisen Show. A few minutes left with JJ. All right. You know when I needed my most rest, JJ, was when I realized I would have to root for Notre Dame on national championship night.
Likewise. Likewise. That one hurt. That one hurt. It hurt even more with the result.
Exactly. Like I actually rooted for Notre Dame and I wound up with nothing anyway. You know?
Right. We got hurt twice, man.
Damn it. But
there's always next year. That's the beautiful thing about sports.
That is correct. That is correct. But I mean, what are your 2 cents about Michigan being followed up by the Ohio State as national champions? JJ McCarthy.
I'm gonna go a route that most Michigan fans will not appreciate, but it comes from the heart. Emeka Egbuka, Jack Sawyer, those are my guys, throughout the high school recruiting process. And, just to see what they did this year and like how they came together and they stayed back, kind of like we did last year. I would say we maybe paved the way for college sports to not turn into this whole like basketball one and done thing. And it was just really special to see those guys, do it, because I understand the hardship, the heartbreak that game brings when you lose that one, just because of everything leading up to it. And it's like nothing but respect for those guys. But within those 60 minutes, everyone knows what it is. But I'm pretty happy for them, but not happy for the university. Just those guys.
Understood. The individual, when you just drill down, there's certain people you feel special about, but collectively. To heck with them. Listen, in that respect, I'll go the low road. You go on the high road. Let me do the low road. You know what I mean? I can do that. Because I would point out that there is a Big Ten champion who was an actual champion of the conference after beating their rival en route to losing to no one in winning it all, and that wasn't the most recent national champion. JJ, you know what I mean? There's that.
Beautiful. That was beautifully said.
Thank you. Last one. What are you hearing about Bryce Underwood? I heard he's the real thing. Like, for real.
Hey,
what are you hearing
I'm
about
going to
him?
try and get out there and throw with him. I've heard the same exact things, but the conversations I've had with him is he's got the right head on his shoulders. And, obviously he looks like, if I went on Madden and created a quarterback, that's what would come out. And he is just like really dialed in on all the details. He's asking me about my film prep as a senior in high school, and just like the little things like that. You can notice the intangible aspects that are going to grow and flourish. And he's just got to, stay the course, stay consistent, and keep God at the center. And that's it. He'll be well on his way.
When you got married? You have a date? You got the day yet? All set?
Don't have a date. Yeah.
Okay.
My fiance and I are, probably one of the best procrastinators out there.
Okay.
But
you'll have to sleep on it, right? You'll have to
Yeah.
sleep on it. Right?
But
there you go. Courtesy of Sleep Number, JJ McCarthy. I miss you. Thanks for doing this. I'll see you soon, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
You got
Thank
it.
you.
There you go.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Same
And
here.
hope to see you soon.
You bet. That's JJ McCarthy,
right,
the
JJ.
Minnesota Vikings, everybody.
Be well, brother.
There we go. Go Blue, a Michigan man of the first variety. See, I go low, he goes high.
Yeah.
And we'll meet in the middle, where we both hated rooting for Notre Dame and all meaning nothing in the end. But got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.